It's officially April 1st. March Madness is effectively over. We're down to the Final Four next weekend, and your dreams and your goals are still available to you. Now, as we come out of this March Madness season, where if you're anything like me, you've spent way more time watching basketball than you normally care to, there's two things that we can take away from this whole March Madness experience if we want to fast track our success. And in today's short video, I'm going to tell you what those are. My name is Patrick Menefee, and I am a mindset and success coach. My entire job is to help create transformation in the lives of you and my clients by helping you live a more intentional, fulfilling, and successful life. Now, these videos come out every single week on Monday, so make sure you hit that subscribe button so you can be notified when they come out. And if you want more, I've got a newsletter that comes out every other week. You can click the link in the description to subscribe. Now, these two things. Like I said, I don't watch a lot of basketball, and I have spent so much time and energy, you can ask my wife, watching and paying attention to the storylines of basketball over the past couple of weeks. I found it fun. I think it's great. And none of this is to bash sports and say you need to get away from it all. I'm not going to do that, and I'm not saying that you should either. But these two things that we can do, I think, are powerful, small steps and powerful reminders. And the first one is think about the time that you're spending, whether it's March Madness right now, or whether it's baseball season that's coming up, or football when that was here, whatever it is. If you could take a percentage of that and allocate that towards your goals and your dreams, how much would that help? How much would that change? If you could spend 25% of the time that you spent on March Madness, not just the games themselves, watching the games, but reading about the games afterwards, reading about the storylines leading up to it, watching the pregame and the postgame and all of these things. Or if you're in North Carolina and they're just throwing money at you for sports betting right now, how much time do you spend there? What if you could take 15, 20, 30, 40, 50% of that time and allocate that towards building your business, building your life that you want? There's always a new season. There's always a new distraction. We go from March Madness right into baseball season. And there's basketball and hockey and all that. Everything is going on all the time. What if we just took a small portion of that? How much progress could you make? So that's number one. Now, the second thing that you can do to fast track your success, I want you to think about how invested you get into a team or I went to Iowa State University. And so the Cyclones played on Thursday. And I love watching our team, especially when they're doing well. I mean, to be fair, in basketball, I'm a fair weather fan for sure. But I get invested in them. I went to school there. I've got emotional ties to it. And I love seeing the stories. But aside from the time that I talked about in the first piece, think about how much energy, both mental and emotional energy, goes into things that we can't control. I can't control the basketball team. I can't control the football team. We're going into baseball season, and there's hockey and basketball and everything else going on right now. How much of our energy is tied up in things that we can't control whatsoever? And think about this outside of sports too. This isn't just tying to basketball. Think about this in terms of the economy. Think about this in terms of the government and politics. Think about this in terms of your investments and local ordinance and whatever that may be. How much time do you spend focused on things that you can't control whatsoever? If you want to fast track your success, my suggestion to you is focus on the things that you can control. Focus where you can actually make a difference. Don't spend your time focusing on everything else. And so start by, and I'm going to do this as well, start by just realizing and thinking about and becoming aware of all the different areas that you spend your time, energy, effort that you can't control whatsoever. And then think about where you can shift that energy and attention to. What are the things that you can control? In addition, if it's something that's really important to you and you can't control it, think about how you can change that. If you are bothered by politics, you're bothered by the economy, you're bothered by local ordinance or something like that, how can you get involved? How can you do something to make a difference rather than just be frustrated about it and not have any control over it? So take all of this into consideration. The two things. Number one, what would happen if you shifted 10, 20, 50% of your time and energy that went towards March Madness into your business and into achieving your goals? And number two, what would happen if you focused only on the things that you could control instead of focusing so much energy, so much mental space, so much emotional space, and so much time on things that you have no control over whatsoever? I hope that you can take that to heart and really implement and master those two things and see how far you make it over the next couple of months, because I think you can go a really long way.